All right, that time of year again for the holiday gift guide, but we need to make this place look a little bit more festive. Red, green, let's go with red. Oh, flashing colors, that'll work. Decorations. That looks underwhelming. This looked better in my head. All right, snow. There you go, the holiday. Oh wait, there's one more thing. The hat. Let's kick off the 2024 holiday gift guide for you overlanders, campers, and off-roaders. So this is definitely my favorite time of year because I get to kind of share with you some gear that I love. I filmed these holiday gift guides kind of as my own personal year-end recap of some of my favorite gear that I've gotten in this last year. I usually break down all this gear into different price points, but I'm gonna do it a little bit differently this year. This year instead, I'm gonna take all this gear and put them into 3 different categories. Category 1, camp. Basically all the cool gear that you can have with you when you're camped out somewhere. Category 2, off-road. That's when you're hitting the trails, and this is the kind of gear that you might want to have. And then finally, Category 3, vehicular mods. Now obviously this gift guide is probably going to be really long and I don't expect you to watch the whole thing. Instead, you could just jump to the different categories that we have or use the timestamps below to jump to each of the products and basically window shop, if you will. Anyway, lots to cover. Let's get to it. All right, so let's kick off the camping category with what could possibly be, weirdly enough, my favorite piece of gear that I got this year. The SeaSucker paper towel holder. And I know, like, it's a paper towel holder. That's not really a sexy gift. But finding a really good paper towel holder can be a pain. There's so many different options out there, and some of them just either they roll out or you have to magnetize them to something. SeaSucker knocked it out of the park with this one. This one is so good that it actually won an award at SEMA. You have this elastic here on the side. As you utilize the paper towel, it just goes closer and closer to this part here, keeping it secure so it's not gonna roll out. There's some friction there. You rip it up. Really easy to replace your paper towel as well. You just take this elastic right here and it slides out like that. Then just take your new roll, put the rod back in its place, and then put the elastic back on. It is suction cup. SeaSucker is really good with their suction cups. They're very, very strong. I like to keep this on the inside of my door against the window right next to my fridge so that it's not sitting outside. When it starts to rain, it's not gonna wet my paper towel, and when I need a paper towel, I just open the back door and there's one waiting for me. So speaking of SeaSucker, if you're looking to have like a mobile kitchen setup at camp and you don't want to have to build out like a drawer system with slides or bring those humongous kitchen setups that you buy at the sporting goods store and you have to set it all up and then take it down, consider SeaSucker's Kitchen 2.0. This is a really easy way to kind of get a table on the side of your rig. Basically, before you go on your trip, suction this to the side of your vehicle and it stays like this on your vehicle. When you get to camp, then you just put this out like this, tighten this up, and then this table, I can't do it here, but it would go kind of in here like this and it'll clamp down, and now you have a table on the side of your rig. Plus, it expands. And then when you are ready to leave, just take it off of this thing, pop this thing back up, tighten it so it's not coming out, and then it just stays on the side of your rig like this. You can get other stuff from SeaSucker as well, like their trash bag holder like this. So you basically just put your trash bag on here, take the clips, and lock that trash bag into place, and now you have a place for your garbage. They also have a sink, and then the way this works is this gets suction cupped to the side of your rig like this, and this comes down like this, and then suction cups at the bottom for rigidity, and then there's your, basically there's your sink setup. This is an entire kitchen right here that doesn't take up that much room. Continuing on with camp kitchen type stuff, the Lone Rock Concepts Rotopax adapter. This is a water pump, and I have loved this thing because it just allows you to get water without you having to tip your Rotopax or get one of those faucet type things that go upside down and sometimes they spill. This keeps everything kind of upright, and this thing will last you a really long time on one battery. I don't draw out that much water for this thing to die out. It basically works on any Rotopax that you have. All right. Got some stuff from Full Windsor. Full Windsor is really known for all of their like camp cutlery stuff. I haven't opened them yet, but my next trip, these are definitely coming out with me. You get some plates, you get some bowls. What they're most known for is their utensils, and the reason why a lot of people like these utensils is because you can kind of stack them because they are magnetic. Comes with a case, so that's pretty cute. You get like a fork, you get a knife, and then you get a spoon, and all of these kind of like come together like this so you don't lose this. They come in different colors. Basically, if you have a huge family and everyone has their own kind of colors, you can kind of just stack these all together, and then you'll be able to keep everything somewhat organized. So there you go. I got 2 sets of utensils right here that are magnetized together. Keeps it easy to transport. Believe it or not, in this small package is basically your entire set that you could possibly need. You get 2 small plates like this, or 2 bowls like this. Great for backpacking if you want to carry something pretty light and small. And if you want to go larger, then you get 2 plates with 2 bowls. Here's what's really awesome about this too. When you are eating, you can take your spoon and fork, and they can go right here. Look, really great design. Full Windsor is really known for kind of innovating the way we carry all of our cutleries and plates. So this product I already own, but they sent me their holiday edition one. They've already done the holiday packaging for you. The Outland portable espresso maker. I mean, look at this. It's just really nice the way they package this. I love packaging, and the way that they've done this is just so nice. Instruction manual right there. Got some stickers, warranty card, user guide, and there you go. And in this box, what's in here? Oh, nice little kind of coffee stand situation on here. So this is the Outland Nano Basket Plus, which comes with like a bunch of other little doodads if you want to make more coffee than this little cup here. Like if you want to put it on a stand like this and put like an actual, like a bigger cup down there. And they have like a dozer that it comes with, so you can kind of just get more coffee in there and compact it, and can add more water. I've already used the Nano before, and it's not very difficult to use. So you basically take this other piece, you remove the little basket here, drop it back in like this, and then you're going to use this dozer, just place it on top, and then you're going to add your coffee in there. So if you want to add more than you normally would, then you take this little tool that they give you, kind of get rid of clumps, and take the press and you push this into there, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and take this out. See that? Now you just put this one back on, and then we're going to screw this to the bottom of this. Put this in the stand, make it easier. Then we're going to go ahead and add water up here at the very top. Put this one back on. You can then adjust the height of this depending on how high you want it or how big your cup is. Again, this is if you want to utilize it this way. I've never have. Like at camp, I would just keep it like this, and I would just keep this right there, and it just goes into that, and then that's it, I'm done. But if you want to get all fancy and make more for more than one person, then this is how you would set that up. And then the power button here, really simple. You just press it for 2 seconds, and then this thing will start to heat up and then extract your coffee. Or if you already have boiling water in here, then just press this for 5 seconds and it'll automatically start to extract. If you don't have boiling water and you just put regular water in there like I did, then hold it for 2 seconds. You'll hear it beep once, and then just wait, and the extraction will begin. You do get some really frothy espresso here, but you know what? It's the holidays. Let's have some fun. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. The DMOS Rally Bag. I just really love this bag. All of my camp necessities are pretty much in here. I did a whole video on like how I organize this thing and what I put in here, so go and check that out and you'll see all the pockets and stuff this has to offer. You can also even get their little Molly bag. Those are sold separately, but in here I have a headlamp, like easy access, my fire kit, like right here from Blackbeard Fire, and inside you have this pocket here to hold one of DMOS's shovels, the Nomad Mini. I have that in here. We'll talk about that in the next segment. But this is actually a pretty good transition to go from this gift, the DMOS Rally Bag, to the Overland Gear Guy tool bags. These I absolutely love because they're very affordable. I think each of these were, I don't know, I think 40 bucks each. And then you can also get like customized labels on them. They're Velcro, and you can choose from one of the labels they already have or type one out that you want. Overland Gear Guy offers these in everything from orange, yellow, coyote, gray. They have multicam black, they have purple, they have blues. The DMOS Rally Bag with the Overland Gear Guy, I mean, it marries really well. They fit perfectly in there and keeps everything organized for you. Speaking of Overland Gear Guy, the Overland Gear Guy spare tire garbage bag. It has been great. Like, it's so easy to put this on. You just strap it on, and then at the bottom you can tighten it from there, and the buckles actually hold. Like, you could pull at it and it's not going anywhere. You could tighten it and it doesn't loosen. You got a couple pockets here, and then you have like your main compartment for your garbage in here, and it's zippered. And what I like about that is that if it rains and stuff, it's not gonna get inside your garbage. You zip this thing up, and then this flap goes over it like that, and no water is getting inside. Now, usually I just keep this on the vehicle full time and don't even take it off, because it works really well. And I mean, I was able to use it many times on my trips already. The Devos Lightranger has become pretty much one of the most popular like camp lights around. Now, the reason why people really love the Lightrangers is because these just provide overall lighting at camp, and they are super bright. You can dim it down though, so that you're not blinding everybody or ruining that camping ambiance, but having just overall lighting allows you to just see everywhere without you having to wear like a headlamp all the time. Now, this is the original one that I've had. This is the Lightranger 1000. Now, this originally comes as white, and you can see that it's, oh my god, it blinded me. But you can dim it down. See, now I only have like 2, or you can only go to 1. You can buy a filter kit for it, and the filter kit comes with the amber, a red, and a yellow. I like to just keep the amber on there permanently. It's just a lot more pleasing this way. The 2000 though is the one that they came out with this year, and this is app controlled, where this one is not. You can use the app to turn this thing on and off, bring the brightness up and down, and you can change colors. That's what I love about this, because there's no filters. Like, you just turn it on like that. Ooh, that's bright too. And then you can change the color to amber. You can go to red, and then from there you can kind of see, look, 3, then 2, 1, done. But without a doubt, best camp lights like ever. Seriously, these things are awesome, and there's a reason why people love them. Case sold separately, by the way, if you have 2 Lightrangers and you want to carry it in one package. Now, I reviewed a ton of power banks this year, everything from small capacity ones to really large capacity ones, but my 2 absolute favorite are these 2, the Bluetti AC70 and the Bluetti AC50B. The AC70 is 1000 watts, 768 watt hours, and the AC50B is 700 watts, 448 watt hours. Now, you might say that's not really a lot. There are power banks out there now providing 1500 to 2000 watts with like 1250 watt hours. Yes, but I have a dual battery setup in the Jeep, so everything that I need to run at camp runs off that dual battery setup. So I just bring a power bank really just to like charge up electronics or charge up any other little things that I might need to have power. So for me, the more important thing is the size and the weight. And these are pretty, I mean, if you look at the AC50B, it's a pretty tiny power bank, and it's light enough. Oh, I almost dropped it. Now, the AC70 is just slightly bigger, but it is a bit heavier. It has a higher capacity, so I bring this when I have longer trips. But either way, both of these are champs. It's pretty much going to run all of your basic necessities. Plus, it has all the ports that you could possibly need. Your ACs, your USB-Cs, your USB-As, and both of these are app controlled, so you can monitor it with an app, but there are no controls on the app to kind of turn certain things on. It's just really for monitoring. Now, it is the holidays, and power bank companies are really good at giving huge discounts on all of their power banks. So just head on over to the Bluetti website or to the Bluetti Amazon store and see what kind of deals they got going on. Now, if either of those power banks just don't have enough capacity for you, then look into the Jackery Explorer 1000 V2. I just released a video on this last week and I was highly impressed because pretty small package, also really light, but this is going to give you 1500 watts, 1070 watt hours. So for something that's kind of like middle range, if you don't need something that's like 2000 watts or anything higher than that, you just want to be able to run some basics, but you do want like a longer lasting battery, this is actually a really good option. It has all the ports you need from USB-C, USB-As to AC ports, plus there's also app controls, so you can monitor this and even do some kind of controls with the app, like turning on the light, turning on the screen, or even going into emergency mode. Bunch of different things you could do with the app to control this unit. Now, if you really want to maximize the system though and want to keep it going and you don't have like a dual battery setup in your vehicle like I do, then pair it with the Jackery Solar Saga 200. This is a 200 watt solar panel, and this thing was, I don't know, cranking out somewhere around 190 watts in charging this thing back up. So if you're one of those people that utilizes your power banks and they go pretty dead, once you get to camp, just open this thing up, let it charge up the power bank, and you'll be good in about 4 hours or so. Jackery has some really huge specials going on right now, like up to 50% off during Black Friday. So just jump over to their website and check it out. And if you want to know more information about this particular power bank, then watch the video that I released on this last week. So let's talk fridges. Fridges are one of those things that if you don't already have a fridge and you're hitting up camp, if you can find a way to get a fridge, get a fridge. It changes the game so much. It's one of those things that I bought in the very beginning, and to this day I cannot go camp without a fridge anymore. Like, I don't like relying on coolers with ice and then they melt. Like, having a fridge has just been so awesome. And this year we ended up getting 2 new ones from ICECO. The new one that I got for the Jeep is the JP50 Pro, which is an upgrade to the JP50 that I've had for, I don't know, since 2020. The JP50 Pro is awesome because it's app controlled. I can monitor just the temperature on it and see like how it's cooling, and it always cools like so fast. The JP50 is what I chose for the Jeep because I do have a 3rd seat delete over there, and I have it like right next to my son when he's sitting in the back. That way if he needs snacks or whatever, he can easily just reach into it. The JP50 is taller and slimmer, that's why it fits in there just perfectly. Our newest one, however, is the new APL55, and that's the one that my wife is running now in the 4Runner. The APL55 is just one of the nicest looking fridges I've ever seen. It's also dual zone, so that way you can have one side be freezer and the other side be a fridge. It is wider and shorter than the JP50 Pro, but because we're putting it in the trunk of the 4Runner, it doesn't really matter what size it is. I'm pretty confident that ICECO is going to have some sales during Black Friday, so make sure you jump over to the ICECO website and check out what kind of deals they have. I also have links for them below. It was getting really hot in here, but this is actually the perfect transition to clothing from off the grid. I've been wearing off the grid like forever, and this year got some new pants from them. I think this is the Trailblazer 5s, and I put this in the off-roading section because when you go to camp you can wear whatever you want. It doesn't matter, but if you're hitting the trails, having a pair of pants that are really rugged and can take a beating. You're going to be in the dirt sometimes, you're going to have to recover sometimes, and things get dirty and messy pretty fast. I've had different other pants that were thinner and, you know, just one little thing on a rock, and before you know it, there's a rip in my pants. Well, these are not gonna do that. They're very denim-like in as far as like strength. You have these like really conspicuous pockets on the side where you can put like your EDC items. You can put your pocket knife there, and then like a multi-tool here. It also has magazine pockets here, but you can use that for whatever you want. And you have this really discreet like thigh pocket over here as well, which is where I usually will put my wallet. And it comes in a bunch of great colors. I have this dark gray color, and then this one is, I think it's called sand, but this color is like really nice. I love this one the most. And then they have like a cement. They have hats, they have t-shirts, they have flannels, they have long sleeves, they have jackets. I mean, pretty much you can get your entire wardrobe from Off the Grid and just be set with all of your adventuring. Now, one thing that isn't off the grid though is this. This is the Teren Campfire Puffy jacket. I'm gonna take my microphone off so it doesn't interfere. This jacket's pretty thick, so I would consider this more of a winter jacket. There's a lot of insulation on here, but it's perfect because this is like extremely water resistant. Like water hits this and it just beads off. Also, what's really great, this thing is like impervious to like fire embers. I've had jackets before where the embers will hit my jacket, and before you know it, I have these little tiny burn holes. This is impervious to that. It just doesn't even affect it. Really great all around type of jacket. I love the pockets. Like you have a pocket here on each side, which is really convenient for me because I'll usually put my wallet like right in there. You also have pockets on the side that are zippered as well, so you can make sure that stuff is not falling out of your jacket. And you do also get like interior pockets as well. It's not zippered, but it's like a mesh, so you can fit like, I don't know, beer cans or whatever in there. Got a hood. When you zip it up, it goes up to like right here. Great for when it gets really cold. And now I'm hot again. All right, continuing with off-road type of gear. These are the Primoworkz Arm Rest. You don't think you need it until you have it. It rests on your door sill, and then it holds it in place like this, and you basically have a padded armrest up here, which is great for like long drives, or even when you're on the trail and you want to rest your arm. This thing is so comfy versus you trying to rest your arm on the sill itself. We all know that that can get really uncomfortable, and having something like this just gives you a place to rest your arms. They have two different versions here. This one is the one that I use on my driver's side. It has like one long pocket here, and I'll keep like registration and cards and things like that in there. And then you have like two pockets up here that you can slide stuff into. I have like lighters, I have like another extra pocket knife, and then you have this little strip here for you to put like whatever patches you want. And then this one is the one with the cup holder. You have a pocket, main pocket here for EDC items. You have a small pocket in here. These are universal, so they will basically work with any vehicle, and you can adjust this so that when you put it down, it's like you make sure that it's perfectly flat when you're resting. Primoworkz Arm Rest. Do not sleep on these. These are awesome. So let's talk comms. I acquired two new types of GMRS radios from Midland this year. So we'll start with the simpler ones. This is the GXT 3000s. If you want a no frills handheld radio that's easy to use, then this is probably the best bet. They're super powerful. They also have like a flashlight on them, so if you need a quick flashlight, we use these on the trail for like spotting each other. You're gonna get a really good range with it, you know, especially on the trails. You're not really that far away from one another, but we did test them out, and I was able here in town with a bunch of obstructions in the way. We were able to get, I don't know, 1 to 2 miles with these, and if you had clear line of sight and you had basically nothing in the way, you're gonna get like a even longer range. If you want to get really fancy, you can get the GXT 67 Pro. These are a bit more expensive, and you only get one. What makes this one pretty special is that you can hit repeaters with this. It has like really good range, and this is basically the radio that you buy for like that one person who just wants their own personal radio that is powerful. I think this delivers like up to 5 watts of transmission power. So you're gonna get a lot of power with this one compared to these. Like this is what you would get for like the rest of the family would like have this, and then whoever is the main person would have this one or whatever. But this is like my own personal radio. I use this, I keep this on me, and then these are the ones that I would like hand out to friends or whatever who didn't bring any comps with them. All right, up next in the off-roading category, these are probably going to be the nicest, albeit not the cheapest, shovel you will ever buy. These are the DMOS Shovels. Started working with DMOS this year, and I love those guys over there. They are super awesome. And yeah, they know that their shovels are not going to be cheap, but they are super high quality. There's a reason they continue to sell out, because people really do love them despite the price tag that it comes with. I have 3 of the basic ones. This one is the Nomad Mini. You know, my kid uses this, right? Like this is like my kid's shovel. He uses it to play in the sand or whatever, but I also use this just for small tasks around camp, like if I'm needing to move firewood around or dig a little hole for the business that I'm doing behind that bush. Here is the Nomad shovel. So it's basically this one, but just in a bigger size. Really awesome finish. This has like a silver, like flake kind of finish, powder coat, and it's really strong because I've used this many times already, and the powder coating has not come off at all. It's also collapsible. You can take it apart here, and then you can store it. So if you don't have like a lot of room in your vehicle, you can kind of fold it away, put it together like that, and you have yourself a really good shovel. It has a bottle opener here as well if you want to use a massive shovel to open your bottles and look really cool doing it, I guess. Obviously, their flagship, the one that everybody loves and wants, is the Delta shovel. This is the Delta Pro, and it comes in a variety of different colors. I chose the sand color. I love this color. The handle expands, and then this goes into 2 different types of modes. You have your regular shovel mode, and then if you want to, you can go into like a hoe type of mode, and you just put the pin in whatever mode you want. It's really rigid. You got 12 rivets that's holding this onto the handle itself. During Hurricane Helene, when it hit the Panhandle or the Big Bend of Florida, and we did some cleanup work over there, DMOS sent this over to me for me to use it and help out. And they weren't even expecting content. They just said, we're gonna send you a shovel and go do what you gotta do over there, which is why, despite how pricey these shovels tend to be, the fact that their company was willing to do that for me, that made me a lifelong fan of theirs. My suggestion, if you're gonna buy the Delta shovel, get the Delta shovel mount, because it holds it to the side of your rig really securely, but it also looks like really good on your rig. The new MyMedic Recon Pro. This is gonna be your one and done first aid kit. This is the first aid kit that MyMedic recommends if you just want the basics. If you're just the average person that wants to have like the right first aid kit that will pretty much cover most things, then go with the Recon Pro. It's basically really comprehensive, plus it's also like backpack style, so if you're the kind of person that hikes or whatever, you can have this with you so that anything happens, you know, you're set and ready to go there. At some point, someone gets hurt and you're gonna need to be prepared for that. You open this up and it's pretty much packed to the brim with stuff. You open this and that just like flops open, and there's way more stuff in there as well. I like the way that all of this opens, like it just flops open, versus like it just opens at the top and you got to dig through to find it. It flops open and you'll see everything, so that in those emergency situations when you need something quickly, you can find it, you know where it's at without having to dig through some pockets to get to it. This is a little pricey, but you're gonna get everything that you could possibly need in just one kit. Oh, and it comes in a bunch of different colors too, so if black is not your vibe, they have other options. We're almost done. That was 2 categories down, and then last category are vehicle mods. I don't have anything here because everything is mounted to either of my vehicles. So let's start out with Outland Motorworks 180-degree awning. I'm not sponsored by them, but I love those guys over there. I met them at Expo and I've been friends with Daniel, the owner, like ever since. Such a good guy. They're from Tennessee, and during Hurricane Helene, parts of their state got destroyed, and Daniel went out there and helped out wherever he could. Now, he sent me this 180-degree awning because these were the last models that they had before the new upgraded version is going to come out, and he sent me one just for me to try out, and I have loved it. This awning, super strong, freestanding, easy to open. You just open it up and then you basically tie down the ends and you are good. And the coverage on this thing is so wide. Like every time we get to camp, the first thing I do is open up that awning so we can get some shade. He even sent me the awning walls, which my wife absolutely loves. We set that thing up and we basically had a secondary room for us to hang out in instead of going up into the tent every time. Provided shade, my wife can get dressed in there, we've cooked and prepped in there, and it's just a great way to get away from the elements when, you know, those elements happen to hit. Although this 180-degree model is no longer available, they do have a new 270 awning that they just came out with, and I believe they're gonna have a new 180 coming out soon as well that just has like much stronger arms so that you can literally hang off of their 270 awning and it won't even break. But yeah, go check them out. Outland Motorworks. They have tents, they have awnings, and they're just really cool guys, mom and pop. And if you happen to talk to Daniel, tell him hi for me. All right, earlier I showed you the 2 power banks that I like to bring that are not really high capacity. And the reason why I don't really have high capacity power banks is because I built a dual battery setup in the Jeep using products from Redarc. Having dual battery has been an extreme game changer, and you know what? It's not as complicated to install as you might think, and Redarc makes it really easy to do that. There's really 2 main pieces that you're gonna need to start a dual battery setup. Is the DC to DC charger, and the one I got was the Redarc BCDC 1225D. All the connections are there. You don't need to get like a solar charge controller or this kind of control. You don't need any of that. You just need that one unit, and you can plug your solar to it. You plug your starter battery from your vehicle to it, and then the other end goes to your secondary battery in your vehicle, and that's what's gonna basically charge up everything. Everything I need for camp is already plugged right into that. My fridge, all of my camp lights, like my underglow lights, my tailgate lights, my roof lights, everything is tied to that I don't need to really bring a portable battery anymore. Now, if you're gonna get the Redarc BCDC charger, then make sure you also get the battery monitor. You don't wanna be going blind and not knowing just how much charge is left on that secondary battery. It's just a little module you tie to the system, and there are no screens, no LCDs or LEDs or anything like that. Everything is monitored with the app on your phone, which is awesome because I could be driving, pull up the Redarc app, and I can see exactly if my vehicle is currently charging up that secondary battery, if I'm getting any battery from solar. It's not that hard to do a dual battery, and if you know someone who could definitely use it and loves to like install stuff, those are 2 gifts that you can get for them: the Redarc BCDC 1225D and the battery monitor, and then tell them, go to town, install it, have fun. All right, we're gonna close out this holiday gift guide with 2 of the major light company sponsors that I got this year because they were huge. So first up, Morimoto. And if you don't know who Morimoto is, then you haven't been around long enough, because Morimoto is that premium company that just makes the most badass looking headlights and taillights for many vehicles. Earlier this year, they sent me the taillights for the 4Runner, and man, it just transformed the rear of that 4Runner so well. Just scroll through Instagram and you're gonna see a bunch of 4Runners, Tacomas, Tundras rocking Morimoto headlights and taillights because literally they're the best that's out there. Now, the second light sponsor I got this year was a big one, and that is KC Hilites by way of Nomadis. Few things they sent me. The ones that are probably the most expensive, like the crown jewel of the KC Hilites brand, is the Pro 6 Gravity Light Bar. There's a new version now, the Titans. I don't have hold of those yet, but it's okay because these Pro 6s, I mean, they're sweet. Now, the other light they sent me that is brand new are the Slim Light 8s. The Slim Light 8s just came out this year, and I love them so much because they have that beefy look that just looks amazing on my front bumper. But outside of aesthetics and look, I mean, they just produce such good light. Now, a couple of other auxiliary accessory type lights I got from KC. First off, the FE1s. The FE1s are just perfect for like overall like scene lighting, camp lighting. I have 5 of them, 1 in the rear of the vehicle and then 2 on each side of my roof rack. It just provides me all the light I need at camp. Having some scene lights on the rig is super helpful when you're pulling into camp late and you need to set up and you need to be able to see everything and you don't want to put on a headlamp, or if you're just doing some tasks like cooking or whatever, having just scene lighting at camp is so crucial, and having it built onto the rig already just makes it better. And speaking of camp lighting, I got a whole bunch of KC Hilites Cyclones. I use them as rock lights. I use them on my tailgate, so I have lighting there when I'm cooking. You can also get different colored filters for the Cyclones. You can get everything from amber to red. So if you know someone who loves lighting and things like that, get them some Cyclones, because I can guarantee you they'll find a space for them because they're just so versatile. And there you go, the 2024 Overlander off-roader camper holiday gift guide. I know this video was super long. We had a lot of products to go through, but I hope it gave you ideas on what gift to get for that special someone that's in your life. But outside of getting people gifts, let's not forget what the holidays is all about, and that is spending time with your family, your friends, and your loved ones. Let's take seasons like this to remember what it really means to be filled with love and joy and hope, and just being surrounded by those that mean the most to you. I personally want to thank all of you for all of you who subscribe to this channel that are brand new, and those who have subscribed to this channel since the beginning, all of you who have supported my videos and continue to watch them and helping this channel grow. I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for just being on this journey with me this last year and all the other years before that. I will never ever take that lightly. Now, for the rest of you who are new here, don't forget to smash, actually don't smash, give the gift of that like button. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Click that notification bell so we can let you be aware of new videos when they come out. And if it moves you, support us on Patreon. It gives you access to all of our videos before everyone else and gives you access to our live streams when we do them. And as always, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at, let me see, where do I have space? Oh, right here. Bisa Burden 4601. My name is Asia Sampson, and I will see you next time. Happy holidays, everybody.